Broadcasting from Manhattan Beach and the World Wide Web, you're listening to CHSR, HealthyLife.net.
As a service to our listeners, this program is for general information and entertainment purposes only. CHSR HealthyLife.net does not recommend, endorse, or object to the views, products, or topics expressed or discussed by show hosts or their guests. We suggest you always consult with your own personal, medical, financial, or legal advisor.
In all things in beauty. Welcome to RadioAMB, designed for those who want to live a long and vibrant life. I'm Patty Smucker, your host, and someone who's been in the beauty industry for over 40 years. I started out as a cosmetologist and ended up specializing in skincare and makeup. RadioAMB, which stands for American-Made Beauty, is designed to tell the secrets behind the making of health and beauty products. Our program sponsor today is Free Your Mane, and you can spell Free Your Mane, M-A-N-E, and you can go to freeyourmane.com, or you can find Free Your Mane in Anthropologie stores. We continue to hear the word wellness bantered about, and as one who has been involved with defining, teaching, and bringing the lifestyle of holistic living into bite-sized pieces, I'm thrilled to introduce you to a guest today who is a leader in the current movement of wellness. So in preparation for our conversation today, I gathered some information about trends and themes that have finally become mainstream in the awareness of people and in the awareness of those people who are influencing the ways others are living their lives, and I hope will give us some context for this conversation. So there's sort of been this influx of a number of themes that we're seeing in the whole wellness environment, and one of them is really turning our homes into sanctuaries and recognizing how important it is for us to sleep, to be able to have energy be the measure of our health, and actually Uberizing beauty so that there are different ways in which beauty is being served up to our consumers, in particular actually bringing it into your home. The second theme is food as medicine. In the Ayurvedic tradition, they say, with a bad diet, medicine is of no value, and with a good diet, medicine is of no need. So really looking at food as our medicine, making strategic choices, having clean labels. The rise of good quality food is one of those, a second very important theme that's going on. We're looking and seeing more of a trend in drinking beauty. And so, again, crossover theme from food as medicine. We're going back to basic foods. Avocado is being, one of those primary foods, good fats. Juices becoming an important part of the way that we live and incorporating that into our diet. Workplace balance is another theme that I'm seeing more and more. Travel is getting healthier. We're seeing wellness actually brought in as a service in your hotel rooms. And meditation is becoming more of a social affair and actually being incorporated in more working environments. The next theme, I think, is seeing more mainstream is an all-inclusive wellness studios where wellness is a journey. There's not a one-size-fits-all way in which people stay healthy or adhere to body weight and things like that. There's more intense fitness going on, and there's this athletic leisure concept that we're seeing more of. And then holistic consumerism, where wellness, microbiomes like probiotics and minerals, and looking at health from an entire holistic standpoint, mind, body, spirit. And last but not least, the youth are really influencing what's happening. Gen Z, that generation that was born in the late 90s and through the early 2000s, are very aware and educated about health and balance. And there's a more of a minimalistic approach that this Gen Z is having with regards to health and wellness. And so as our world shifts our lifestyle, my guest today is one of the leaders pioneering the way we learn and adapt wellness in our lives. Paul Jablonski is the director of Universal Company's Wellness and Learning Center based in Torrance, California. Paul is a top-performing operator executive with intense experience in management within the beauty industry, leading brands and recognized company. Paul relocated to Southern California recently to open and shape the Wellness and Learning Center. Welcome to RadioAMB, Paul, and to Southern California.
Thanks, Patty. It's great to be here.
So let's give a little bit of background for yourself. Tell us, did you start out with the intention of your career? Did you start out with the intention of being in the spa and wellness business?
No, I didn't. Actually, after I finished college, I grew up in the Midwest, so I attended Purdue University. I grew up about an hour and a half outside of Chicago. So once I finished school, I went into that market looking for gainful employment, and I started out at Northern Trust Company in Chicago, working in wealth management, and just kind of, in an entry-level position back in the late 80s, if I'm aging myself. And I just worked my way up into, various operations positions, managing call centers and creating, an internal help desk at that time, creating an affiliate support center for our locations worldwide. And when I left, I was vice president of worldwide operations.
And so,
after I left Northern Trust, I kind of fell into the spa industry or wellness industry. A friend of mine told me about a position with Canyon Ranch, and they were looking for someone to kind of streamline their operations between their locations. And I interviewed for a position in Las Vegas and was offered the job of director of guest relations, which then I started my life in the spa industry, which I have to say is much more fun than banking.
I was going to say, so you started out in finance, but the crossover skill set, and this is one of the things that we like talking about here, is the human dynamics of people who are in our industry, and the crossover skill set was management and the call center, and that skill you were able to transfer from financial management into, was it Canyon Ranch was where you started?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was able to transfer that operations management background into the spa industry because Canyon Ranch at the time, their Las Vegas location, which is where I was located, was the world's largest resort day spa. So you're talking about 170,000 square foot facility, 98 treatment rooms, very large. So we had our own call center that we offered to take reservations, but we also had other locations in Tucson, Lenox, Massachusetts, Orlando, Florida, that needed to kind of be organized as far as, utilizing our resources for time zones and bouncing calls between support staff.
Right. And so you were able to begin to organize that. And did you find that there was a need, since you had come from the finance business, was there a need for you to really begin to study the spa industry and understand from a treatment perspective what were some of the unique product offerings, if you will? Because now you're not selling banking services, you're selling an entirely different type of service.
Yes, exactly. You're spot on. So when I entered that world, it was all very new for me because I wasn't kind of a spa guy at the time. And so when I entered into Canyon Ranch, they put me through a pretty extensive training where I partnered up with each department, understanding for example, with massage, understanding all of their modalities, all of our treatment offerings, why we chose to offer those particular services or products. And then also mirroring the aesthetics team, the guest relations staff, and really it's kind of like that model that you see often with franchise operations where I pretty much did every job possible in the spa before I entered into my actual position from an operations standpoint,
well, that
which was
exciting.
very, very valuable.
Very exciting. And how was it to touch skin? I mean, I always think that that's an interesting aspect, having been an esthetician and gone to formal school as a cosmetologist. When you come into it and now it's your job and you're experiencing it that way, was it fun? Was it sort of ucky? What was your first experience?
It was fun, but it was new and kind of scary at the same time.
Uh-huh.
It was a little strange because I wasn't really tied to wellness and spa.
Uh-huh.
So we had a meeting which we called ranch operations because, again, being such a large facility, we had about 30. Overall we had 500 staff members just for the spa.
Right.
So we had 150 massage therapists. We had, 30 to 35 managers. So we would have weekly a management meeting called Ranch Operations. And I remember attending that meeting right out of coming from banking, and they did chairside yoga in the meeting, and I just thought it was the craziest thing. I left that meeting. I went to my office. I'm emailing my friends in Chicago going, "You're not going to believe this one." And so it was it was new, but I really embraced it as time went on, and like I said at the beginning, it was so much more fun. And the spa industry is just a lovely environment.
Right.
The people you meet, it's a smaller industry than we think, and we see this at trade shows and events. But the people that you meet are wonderful, and it's very huggy and very like a great emotional attachment to folks.
Right.
And I like that aspect.
Right. Right. And so what's been the part of the journey, and I want to hear more because I know you went on from Canyon Ranch and you've managed several other companies and brands, but when you look at the journey, what do you think has been the hardest part of acclimating?
The hardest part, I would say, is when you switch between product lines and it's a constant education and as far as it's also the movement of the industry,
mm-hmm.
of getting your hands wrapped around that, because like you've been in the spa industry for 40 years, you've seen where we kind of had a massage, a facial, and now we've evolved to these fantastic, wonderful wellness treatments that everybody offers. So it's been a challenge to stay on top of all that and the trends and to kind of change with the flow with the movement of social media and, digital marketing. I think it all it ties together. It's great from an educational standpoint because it really just keeps you constantly learning, but at the same time it can be a challenge,
right,
depending on who you're working with.
Right. So fast forward to today, for those of our listeners who haven't been aware of Universal Companies, we've done several shows with this group in the last few months, but it is one of the largest distributors here in the United States and Canada that represents over 300 of the top brands for spa, beauty, health, wellness. And you guys have opened up a wellness and education center here in Torrance, California. Tell us a little bit about your role there and what you're doing.
Okay. So I'm thrilled to be the director of the Wellness and Beauty Learning Center, and I actually opened this space with the Universal back in September. So we took this wonderful space that we have. It's a 6,700 square foot facility in Torrance that has, parking and just a really nice space that's comfortable and inviting. So we have 2 classrooms within this space. So we offer, advanced learning for spa professionals. So from all channels of the beauty and wellness industry, and you look at individual practitioners, day spas, resort spas, medical, and students, all come together for advanced training classes. And when I say advanced, I mean we bring in instructors and different modalities and techniques that are not offered through training venues outside of, high-end trade shows or conferences or going direct to a vendor. So it doesn't matter how long the attendees, might have been in the industry, they will walk away with some new tools to assist their current practice.
Right. And within the whole realm of wellness, why did you guys think, or the company feel like this kind of physical training facility was needed? Because, I mean, more and more companies have gone to virtual and that type of thing. Why a physical facility?
Well, the reason, I think it ties back to the vision of Marty Mornings, who's the founder and owner of Universal Companies, and she always, throughout developing her distributor business over 35 years, she's always offered education, either online and tools, through our catalog and our channels to our customers to help enhance and grow their business. So it wasn't just about selling product and goo from, a facility in Virginia. It was also about helping these customers evolve over the years and grow their business, and hopefully their loyalty for those tools will equate to, sales for Universal, obviously. But the Wellness Center was just taking that original mission, leaps and bounds. So we want to offer that hands-on instruction that not only ties to our brands, but, helps spa professionals be successful in the industry. So the reason for this facility, we have a large customer base in Southern California, so that's made sense for us to open our first facility here. And we just wanted to have that personalized touch, and we wanted to have that safe haven, which really, like you said, everything is online now. No one really offers this type of learning facility anymore, and we really wanted to be that place where you can come and get that incredible education and just, continue to return for more.
Right. And so on an average day for someone who is a director of a wellness and learning center, what's an average day look like for you?
So an average day for me, we're still work with our marketing team and PR out of Virginia. So it may involve some conference calls, talking about our strategic goals for the center. I wear pretty much all the hats from the business side. So I have my hands in a lot of different pots. So it may be developing new education, so looking at our content and our offerings based on feedback from our attendees of prior classes and focus groups that we hold occasionally with some of our groups. It also may be working with the community to look at mixers and other events, because we're still kind of in our awareness stage of letting people know that we're here. So that's a large part of my time right now. But it's also, managing the facility and everything that comes with that. And then the accounting side of the business. And then, of course, like I said, the strategic planning of where do we want to take the center in the future, and how do we want to get to the point where we can then expand and hopefully offer additional centers, long term.
So it sounds, when we talk a lot about and introduce people like yourself, it's really to be able to pull back the curtain on the industry to say that there are a lot of different channels by which people come into our industry and many different career paths that people can experience happiness and success in our industry. If you were going to advise someone on that comes from a similar background as yours, let's say in the finance industry, what would you say to them that they wanted to get in the industry? What are some of the skill sets that you've picked up along the way that helped you be successful in this industry?
I think, building relationships is always important. You have to be outgoing and know how to network in this business, just so you understand what's going on throughout the industry. In addition, I think any operations or management skills will help you manage both people, if that's what your specialty is or your desire, in addition to managing relationships. So depending on what angle of the business that you enter into, you really need to have those ops and management skills. I think, a finance background helps because, being able to read a P&L and manage that side of the business is always a bonus as well, because, most spas that you're going to work with or work for are always going to be looking at their numbers like any good business. And I think project management skills are excellent, too, because I think, at every level of this industry, you can take on a new project or look at, we're always looking at process improvement, whether that means from, again, an operations standpoint, or it may be from, how we're selling our techniques or how we're merchandising. I think you constantly have to have that process mind, at the forefront, too. Right.
It seems to me that someone with your unique skill set be some sense of being afraid that you don't fit in, but in fact, you really have been able to augment people who come to it more from the service side because you do have that strong business background.
Exactly.
Great. All right, well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to learn a little bit more specifically about what Paul and his team have put together at the Universal Companies Wellness and Learning Center here in Southern California. And so don't go away. We will be right back.
Over here. Here's a secret for a virus-free computer. ESET. They've been a pioneer in the antivirus industry for over 25 years. 25 years of innovative, top-rated antivirus protection. ESET's award-winning security solutions provide a safe online experience for over 100 million home and business computer owners. They are so affordable, fast, and simple to use. So be gone, you blue screen of death. ESET's on my computer. If it's not on yours, visit HealthyLife.net's advertiser page and click on ESET now.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We're looking for a few good American beauty manufacturers who want to increase their brand in an exclusive credentialed category. If you're an American company who has conceived, designed, and bottled brands that are all about pretty, then we're pretty sure we're talking about you. And we're pretty sure you should be on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. This beauty website focuses on entrepreneurs and beauty startups as well as established brands. If it's pretty, we want to see it, and we want to sell it on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. To learn how you can be part of AmericanMadeBeauty.com, visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com now.
What does HealthyLife.net and Amazon.com have in common? Well, they're both available on the Internet. They both give great value. But most important, most of our positive program hosts and guests are accomplished authors, and their books are available from, you got it, Amazon.com. Now, it even gets better than that, because when you're listening on air to a HealthyLife.net host or guest, you can go directly to Amazon.com and you can order your book while you're still listening to your favorite HealthyLife.net program. So when you hear an author you like, go to the homepage of HealthyLife.net and click on Amazon.com.
Where positive people and radio unite. HealthyLife.net.
Welcome back. You're listening to Radio AMB on HealthyLife.net. I'm Patty Smucker, your host, and someone who's been in the beauty industry for over 40 years. We're here with Paul Jablonski for the segment we call In the Jar. And in Paul's perspective, Paul's position, the jar is Universal Companies Wellness and Learning Center. So, Paul, tell us a little bit about the types of programs that you are actually physically offering at this 6,500 square foot facility.
So if you look at our calendar for June, right now we're offering a blend of classes. So you have aesthetics. So we are offering an advanced treatment using one of our skincare brands, Control Corrective, and we're really looking at acneic skin, which is more of a specialty when it comes to aesthetics. And today we actually have a kinesiology taping class with Dr. Jeff Foreman, who's teaching massage therapists about kinesiology and some of the tools that you can use, which is real specialty in terms of the massage world. This is not a modality that you're taught in massage school, and it's hard to kind of find these classes. So to bring Jeff here was great, and then he's going to follow up with a proactive self-care massage class afterward.
Great. And the just to remind everyone, this particular facility is a facility that provides ongoing, continual education for people in the beauty and health professions. And it's a continuation. We go in the industry. We go for, depending on the state, anywhere from 1,600 to 2,100 hours of basic education in school to get a license. And then after that, the need exists for the continued education, in part just to hone your skills and get better and better, but also because there's lots of changes that are going on in the industry. Paul, how are you addressing that constant change that goes on that you mentioned in our first segment?
Well, we do a lot of focus groups, and we get a lot of feedback from our attendees, but we also do our own research in the industry as far as changes that we come across, and then we try to accommodate with specific classes, seminars, lectures. So that's how we tend to stay on top of things, right, and then define our offerings. Right.
And where do you get the content and the experts that actually are teaching the classes?
Well, we actually, through conferences that we've attended, through industry professionals, through the community of maybe consumers as well, we find out about incredible speakers that have a great following, or certain specific modalities that are not being offered mainstream that people may really want to attend, and then we bring those instructors and those classes here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And if somebody is within the industry and they're interested in attending, how do they learn about the calendar and enroll in programs?
We do a lot of e-blasts through our marketing department in Virginia. Mm-hmm. We also, if we're partnering with a vendor or a local instructor or celebrity instructor, if you will, we ask that they also e-blast through their own social media. Mm-hmm. We have the calendar online at the Universal website, which is universalcompanies.com, under Learn and Grow. Mm-hmm. And then we also are doing a campaign locally to reach out to schools and spas in Southern California, and we attend a lot of events to promote the Wellness Center right now as well.
And is it just service-related education that you're offering?
No, not necessarily. So we're in development of designing some business classes as well. So we want to have, basic business classes that are really open to any type of business professional. You don't have to necessarily be in the wellness and beauty industry to attend. If you're looking to learn how to develop a business plan or a marketing plan or digital media, we have some of those offerings. Your BEMA program is a prime example.
Yes, so the Beauty Industry Market Access Program is one of the programs that's being taught through the Universal companies as well, which, again, what's great is that opportunity to really expand the industry. And I like what you said that, while we are focused very much on the beauty industry, some of the business offerings are offerings that really have application across a number of industries. Paul, when you are doing some of the various different classes, are you ever need consumers for models and people to practice on?
Yes, absolutely, and I'm so glad you brought that up. A lot of times we need models for aesthetics classes, for massage, Brazilian waxing, just different, some of our offerings, because it's hard to find models. So we'd love to have those folks, if interested. You can, advertise my contact information, and we'd love to have them on a list.
Okay, great. So they can actually make direct contact with you, and we can. You want to go ahead and provide how they would reach you?
Sure. best way would probably be to just call me at my direct number, which is 276-591-4137. Otherwise, it's P. Jablonski, Jablonski, at universalcompanies.com.
Okay. And give the phone number one more time.
276-591-4137.
Okay. And so, Paul, you know, you've got this facility that's there, and you showcase the various different products. Is there any other ways that consumers can participate in the Learning Center?
We're looking into that now, so we'd love to do some outreach to the community and possibly offer meditation or some type of yoga classes, and then we're looking at some consumer-specific events as well.
Okay, great. All right, terrific. Well, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, we will look at a vision for the future. What are some of the ideas and that Paul is developing in order to be able to continue to develop the Wellness Center as part of the Southern California community? So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com.
For all your live or pre-recorded webcasting needs, come to earthchannel.com. Get your web-based message out to a select group or the whole world. It's easy. A pioneer in webcasting, earthchannel.com provides the best products and services to big corporations and government users. And now this same technology is available to you. They have the best Earthcast encoders, servers, and products to meet your technical needs. But wait, don't want to mess with technical stress? No problem. They'll do it for you. EarthChannel.com is your answer. You can use webcasting for lots of things like advertising, marketing, customer support, training, and don't forget web radio and TV. In fact, you're listening to a live Earthcast right now. So come to EarthChannel.com. Actualize your audio or video webcasting needs today. You can't beat the friendly service or the price. Call EarthChannel.com at 1-800-849-8978. That's 1-800-849-8978.
We're looking for a few good American beauty manufacturers who want to increase their brand in an exclusive credentialed category. If you're an American company who has conceived, designed, and bottled brands that are all about pretty, then we're pretty sure we're talking about you. And we're pretty sure you should be on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. This beauty website focuses on entrepreneurs and beauty startups as well as established brands. If it's pretty, we want to see it, and we want to sell it on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. To learn how you can be part of AmericanMadeBeauty.com, visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com now.
Radio your way. HealthyLife.net.
Welcome back. You're listening to Radio AMB, and we're on HealthyLife.net. I'm your host, Patty Smucker, and we're here with Paul Jablonski, Director of Universal Companies Wellness and Learning Center in Torrance, California. Paul, let's talk about the future of the Wellness Center. Where do you see it going in the future?
Well, right now we have our core calendar of classes, which I mentioned earlier, and we're hosting some events. But we'd love to see it evolve into a blend of offerings throughout the week. So, looking at more lectures, more business tools, more preparation courses for people just entering the industry, in addition to a lot more community involvement, so we can reach out to our local audience, and then just hopefully seeing some additional centers evolve around the country. This is more of a 5-year plan, looking at Orlando, Texas, somewhere on the East Coast, maybe New York or D.C.
So having multiple locations that this kind of education is able to take place.
Yeah, because what we're hearing from, when we're at trade shows and events is that, from different areas around the country, of course, the ones that I mentioned specifically, they'd love to have the same type of offerings that we're now offering to our Southern California audience.
Right. And when you, as you have looked at, obviously you've already determined that there's a strong enough need to have made the investment in the location. Where do you think the industry is going as far as needing additional education?
I think the industry wants more hands-on education. And when I say hands-on, I don't necessarily mean just vendors coming in to teach a product line at a specific spa location. I think that spa professionals want to learn new and advanced techniques and tools that they can take into their business. So if you look at, for example, a waxing class, where you have spa professionals that are blended together that have a lot of experience already. So why would they come and attend a waxing class? Because they're learning about new ways to wax, new treatments that they can offer, add-on and enhancements that they can give to their customers. So it's very beneficial with the advanced tools that they walk away. But more importantly, what I'm finding that our attendees love is the networking opportunity that they get in our classes, because we take a lot of time for the attendees to kind of give their story of how they, just as you asked me, how they landed in the spa industry or wellness industry, and what they want to get out of these type of advanced education classes.
Right.
So when others hear it, you just see this blend of bonding going on between, and everybody's exchanging cards and walking away with new contacts.
Mm-hmm. And it's a fascinating time in our industry, and I think one of the observations that I have as I interact with different people at the center, and I'm wondering, Paul, if you're seeing this, there's a huge dialogue that's going on as we learn more about the human body, how it interacts with the environment, and the way that the environment is changing, and the way that the human body is changing because of all of the mixing that's going on. And so there's this conversation that is evolving from the first-hand professionals who are working day in and day out, touching hair, touching skin, and being able to share some of those observations and what they're learning by actually physically working on people every day. You see some of that conversation going on?
Oh, absolutely. I see that conversation going on all the time. And it's funny because you've seen this shift, and you've talked a little bit about this when we began, where we've gone from luxury in spa and the word spa to more wellness. Mm-hmm. So everybody's really focusing more on wellness and looking at these type of services as a lifestyle versus a luxury.
Right.
And that conversation, as you mentioned, just seems to be going on all the time as it evolves.
Right. Now, when you have a number of different products that you represent that really fall into some of these trends we talked about, drinking beauty and even food for medicine. Can you highlight a couple of those items that you guys have already tapped into?
Sure. When you look at drinking beauty, we have a product called Sparkle, which is a collagen drink that I'm hearing lots of great feedback from our customers as far as those who have been going on that plan. So that collagen drink you drink daily, and you see an improvement in your skin, and it's an all-natural product. So we have that product. We also have the VitaJewel water bottles, which have an actual stone in the bottom that helps enhance your water. But those are some great consumable type products. We also, from a wellness standpoint, we offer our Spoonk mats, which are really great for deep sleep, for tension, for muscular pain, stress and anxiety, all those problems that we keep hearing from our customers who come to see practitioners.
Right, and particularly those three products. I mean, those are all products that consumers can use at home. The last one that you mentioned, isn't that part of the Sposh brand?
No, Spook is actually a mat that you can. It's a compression mat.
Okay.
That you can use for treatments that are related to sleep, to back treatment, to foot treatment.
And so spell it for our listeners.
Okay, it's SPOONK. Okay. I know it's an odd word. Spook.
Okay. But these are, I mean, and this is what I love about the offering, is really being able to bring people in to touch and feel and be able to see it, and the professional to be able to understand that there is really innovation that's taken place, and the way we're taking care of our body is entirely different. This is another one of those trends where we're Uberizing beauty, that we're able to give consumers the tools that they can use where and when they want to, and it's a very, very exciting aspect that's going on. How have you been received in the local community, Paul?
We've been received with open arms. Once we bring awareness, folks are very, very interested and want to come and see our offerings. We're also, as we look at the future, we'd love to offer, because as you mentioned, right now we have a showroom of our products, so you can come and see, feel, touch, experience the products. But eventually we'd love to offer retail products where consumers can come here and see the products themselves and purchase it at our retail pricing. So even though we're B2B right now, we would have a retail offering. We'd love to also offer supplies, because our customers that are on the West Coast, as they order from Virginia, it can take, 5 days for product to get here. So we'd love to offer the top, 50 products that our customers in this area are ordering, so they can just stop by the center, pick up their order, and, be done.
Right, right. And you've had some contact with the local Chamber of Commerce. I understand you're going to be hosting an event coming up here next month.
We are. On July 21st, we're going to offer a mixer to the Chamber of Commerce members. And we'll also, if there's folks that are listening today that would like to attend from the spa industry, we'd love to have them as well. So we're just doing a mixer from 4:30 to 6. We're going to give some tours of the center. We're going to raffle off some items and just have fun, some adult beverages and light appetizers. And I think it's a part of our awareness campaign. We have, 60 parking spots here, so you don't have to worry about parking, and we're centrally located off the 405.
And the nice thing, too, is that if you are in the spa industry and you're looking at either upgrading an existing business or thinking about opening a new business, you also have quite a bit in terms of furniture and equipment, and don't you also do some actual physical design of facilities?
We do. That's a service that we offer through our business development team. So, not very many companies, especially distributors, offer this type of services. So we have a lot of equipment in our showroom that, in a good, better, best, so we can help folks that are in development select the right choices for their business, and then help them with the design and the installation.
Right.
It's kind of it's definitely a one-stop shop.
Right. Great, great. All right, well, we're going to take our last break, and when we come back, we're going to talk with Paul about the future of wellness trends and highlight some of the customers and brands that Universal is carrying. We'll talk a little bit more about some of those that are really doing a great job of embracing wellness. So don't go away. We will be right back.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need, from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com.
When you're looking for bedding, department store prices can shock you. Well, be shocked no more. Sell steak cheap, not cheap steak. That's the motto of Anna's Linens. Although they don't sell steak, they do sell the best bedding, bath, and home decor items. They strive to provide their merchandise at extreme value to their customers, and they do it. Great everyday prices on everything and military discounts. Plus, if you visit them online, they have clearance items and internet specials. Visit them online now at HealthyLife.net's advertiser page.
We're looking for a few good American beauty manufacturers who want to increase their brand in an exclusive credentialed category. If you're an American company who has conceived, designed, and bottled brands that are all about pretty, then we're pretty sure we're talking about you. And we're pretty sure you should be on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. This beauty website focuses on entrepreneurs and beauty startups as well as established brands. If it's pretty, we want to see it, and we want to sell it on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. To learn how you can be part of AmericanMadeBeauty.com, visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com now.
HealthyLife.net, where positive overcomes negative.
Patty Smucker, and you're listening to RadioAMB, where we share the secrets behind the health and beauty industry. Our program sponsor is Free Your Mane, that's spelled M-A-N-E, and you can find them at freeyourmane.com and at Anthropology stores. I'm here with Paul Jablonski, Director of Universal Company's Wellness and Learning Center in Southern California. And, Paul, let's talk a little bit more about what we talked about at the beginning of the show, which is wellness and the emerging trends that is allowing wellness to really become part of our lifestyle. Tell us what your thoughts are in that area.
I think, wellness is more than a trend. I think, as we, discussed, it's the lifestyle. I think, some of the trends that you touched upon when we began this conversation, for example, influence of youth. I think the new minimalism is definitely, being led by Gen Z, but, you're seeing it all over the place. You look at, tiny homes and simple living, sustainable living that, translates into more of an environmental conscience. You see that happening, and then, definitely being pulled from our industry as well. I think, in addition, you mentioned workplace balance. I've worked at a variety of different companies, over the years, and I've definitely seen over the past couple years that not just travel getting healthier, but businesses making sure that their employees are getting healthier, having, fresh organic fruits and vegetables and juices brought into companies for their employees, and then, seeing spas incorporate those same type of offerings from, juice bars and, their wellness snacks and things that they offer within their spa. So I think a lot of the trends that you talked about in food in general with the clean labels are all spot on.
Right.
With avocado oil, for example, and the, green tea, like those things used to be so unique, yet whereas now they're just, standard. It seems to be the direction that everybody's going.
And it is interesting to really see, there's been for a long time this claim that that American products aren't safe, and it's one of our jobs here at Radio AMB is to really dispel this myth, because you guys go through a painstaking process to make sure that the brands that are working with you have been properly qualified and have proper labeling. Isn't that right?
Yes, you're right. So, looking at Universal, again, we try and stay on top of the trends as a company. So, years ago, we started putting the earth-friendly products into our catalog, and we would call those out with the, our green leaf, which is still in our catalog, but we did that, long before that was the trend or popular, because we, have employed a sustainability specialist on staff for probably the last 10 years who goes through that vetting process of really looking at all ingredients so if you're a vendor and you're trying to bring a product to market and you want us to be your distributor, if you have any claims to the product being natural or green, or it has, certain, things that it can do to, assist you, we are going to go through a very long vetting process to make sure that all of those claims are true before we partner with you and put you into the universal catalog.
Right.
Because we've made that commitment to our customers long ago that, we're only going to offer those quality products.
And so are there any other brands that stand out in your mind that you guys are currently offering that's really doing a good job of embracing wellness?
I think through the retail brands, there's, one of the things that, you touched upon, too, as far as the, all-inclusive wellness studios. There's that, athleisure trend, which, is really, really popular right now. Mm-hmm. And we offer our Emotion apparel line, which a lot of spas are starting to carry, which is a lovely line of just comfort clothing that really falls into that athleisure arena. So that's one of the products where I think they're doing a good job. I think that Yoga Balm, too, is a great product. It's, great for, providing that soothing warmth of, beeswax and organic plants and essential oils. It's handcrafted in small batches, so it has, it's a unique way to finish a massage, but it has those that warmth and kind of healing that you want if you're having any aches or pains or any type of muscle issues.
Right.
So it's free of pesticides, herbicides, of synthetic additives. It's again a green product that's really taking off from our Alamode retail collection.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned athleisure. It's a term that we're seeing in terms of the whole world of wellness, where it's the combination of athletic leisure wear. There's just some huge brands that are beginning to emerge within this category. And so in addition to those products, the goop in the jar, if you will, that salon and spa professionals are offering, you're really offering a full gamut of solutions for the industry to offer up to consumers the lifestyle of wellness.
Absolutely. So if if you're a spa professional and you pick up the Universal Catalog, you wonder, why it's 3 pounds of goodness. It's really a huge offering because we want to, again, give the consumer what they want, but be the solution for the spa professional. Because as a former spa director, I know you don't have the time and luxury to go and research as much as you want to, whereas with Universal you can pick up that catalog and all that work's already done for you.
Right. Are there any particular customers that you're working with at this point that stand out in your mind as really doing a great job at delivering these kinds of solutions to the customer?
Yeah, I think one of our biggest customers, which is, and to be transparent, I did work at this company, the Woodhouse Franchise Spa. I think they're doing a great job with accommodating their customers' needs. So they have what they call their 99 elements, which are touch points. They touch their customer 99 times through interactions when they're, a guest at their spa. But they're also giving some great testimonials about some of our products, such as our intensive, lash tinting, the EcoFin, hand treatment, which is a soy-based alternative treatment to paraffin. And then, of course, the Yoga Balm product that I just mentioned, they're, finishing up their massage with a Yoga Balm application and then explaining to their customer that they put it on their lower back, or if the customer or guest mentioned that they had, some sort of issue, they're kind of addressing it and then, complimentary and about the product.
Mm-hmm. And so we're seeing that really the execution of spa evolving into not just a luxury but a health service.
Yes, absolutely. health and wellness and lifestyle more than just a luxury one. You know, I found a Groupon and wanted to have a treatment.
Right. And where is Woodhouse Spa?
Oh, their home office is in Texas, but they have locations throughout the country. They have 60 franchise locations right now.
Great, great. Well, Paul, thank you. Thank you for the leadership that you're providing our industry and for your vision for the Wellness Center. It's been an honor to speak with you today.
Thank you, Patty. It's been an honor to be part of the program.
Great. All right, well, that'll do it for us today. Next week, we have a Scottish man who came to the U.S. over 3 decades ago and has influenced some of the most talented hairdressers in the country with his business programs called Nuts and Boats. Join in and learn how basic business education is shaping the quality of your haircut. Send your questions and comments to requests at American Made Beauty. I'm Patty Smucker. You can hear RadioAMB on HealthyLife.net. Thank you for listening to RadioAMB, where we think pretty is pretty important in all things in beauty.
For all your live or pre-recorded webcasting needs, come to earthchannel.com. Get your web-based message out to a select group or the whole world. It's easy. A pioneer in webcasting, earthchannel.com provides the best products and services to big corporations and government users. And now this same technology is available to you. They have the best Earthcast encoders, servers, and products to meet your technical needs. But wait, don't want to mess with technical stress? No problem. They'll do it for you. EarthChannel.com is your answer. You can use webcasting for lots of things like advertising, marketing, customer support, training, and don't forget web radio and TV. In fact, you're listening to a live Earthcast right now. So come to EarthChannel.com. Actualize your audio or video webcasting needs today. You can't beat the friendly service or the price. Call earthchannel.com at 1-800-849-8978. That's 1-800-849-8978.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com.
Obstacle racing. You know you want to try it. Well, try Reebok's Spartan Race, the global leader in obstacle racing. With 4 different race levels, their goal is to get you up off the couch and throw you into the mud and on the trails to give you the adrenaline rush of your life. Obstacle courses are designed to test your resilience, strength, stamina, quick decision-making skills, and give you the ability to laugh in the face of adversity. Visit HealthyLife.net advertiser page and click on Spartan Race.
HealthyLife.net, the positive radio network.